Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of my weekly playlist series. We made it to another Friday, which means it's time for me to share with you guys the games I've been playing during the week, give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the games, whether you guys should check them out or not. Of course, I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on the games I share with you today. Let me know if you've played them before, what you liked about them, maybe there's something you didn't like about them. I'd also like to hear about the games you guys are playing. And if you have a suggestion on a game you think I should play, let me know. I'm always looking for new suggestions on games to check out. So this week, I've only got one to share with you guys, and it's a digital-only title for Xbox 360, but it is backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X, and it's a game called Mars Warlogs that I actually just discovered this past week, as it was on sale from the Microsoft Store, and it was just a random suggestion from them, and it was pretty cool action RPG created by Spiders, so let's take a look at it. Today, guys, we're taking a look at a game that I recently just discovered this month called Mars Warlogs. Now, this is an Xbox 360 title that is backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X consoles. It is an Xbox Live Arcade title, and it was only originally priced at $4.99, but they had a sale, and I got it for $1.75, and I figured I might as well give it a try because it is created by the development team Spiders, which made Greedfall, which I absolutely love. They did a fantastic job with that game. Well, I found out that this is actually a prequel to a game called Technomancer that I had bought from Spiders on Xbox One, but I never got a chance to play it, but it was an action RPG. I did not realize that there was actually a game that came before it called this one, Mars Warlogs, and it takes place on the planet Mars, and there are two factions that are fighting each other. You're part of one of the factions. You were a soldier that got captured, and you're in a prison, and these two people are fighting, and the story plays from there. So it's a third-person action RPG. Now, since this is an Xbox Live Arcade title, there is only 400 gamer score for achievements. But the game does have fantastic music. I love the voice acting. The graphics are pretty decent for an Xbox 360 title. Now, the combat can be a little kind of janky, but it plays and reminds me of games like Risen and Elix and stuff. You know, a AA style game. This game got kind of mixed reviews, but average, it got about like a 6 or 7 out of 10, you know, like a 3 out of 5 type of thing. But I love the music in this game. That's one of the real high points, as you'll hear. So let me show you guys some gameplay of it. And since this is an Xbox Live Arcade title, it is digitally only. Unfortunately, would have loved to have had a physical copy of this, but they do not have it. You could get a physical copy for PC, however, and then I'm pretty sure it's just digital only on PlayStation 3 as well. You do have an overall map that you can go through. Now, this is not an open world game. This is a very linear game where you do have side quests and stuff. And you go through the main quest. I'm actually using a guide for this because there are some like cryptic things about this game where if you explore in certain areas, you can actually mess up quests and stuff. So I will leave a link down below of the guide that I'm using if you want to be able to do everything in the game and not ruin any quests by doing a different quest out of order. So I will have that there for you. You do play as this character called Roy, and he has his companion, a guy called Innocence. And like I said, you guys are in prison, and you're trying to escape from here and to create plans and stuff. So you have your menu with your inventory. You can choose different weapons, because this has a lot of melee combat, but there's also some guns you can unlock. You have your armor, different things you can craft, and health packs. You can make grenades when you unlock that stuff. And then you have components which you find by collecting from enemies that die. You can actually loot their bodies, and you can use that stuff to build. You have your character where you can learn feats by doing certain things, like if I defeat 50 enemies, then I can get more experience from them by 30%, so you have different attributes you can unlock. And then you have your skills, where you can level up things like your armor and health, and you earn these as you level up. And I am currently I think I'm a level 11, actually. And then you have your stuff here for your quests. You have your main quests, but then you have your side quests. You also have your little diary, which you can go to, that tells you about the different quests you're working on. This is a different thing for how the fighting and combat. You can read these different tutorials. There's also stuff about the various characters, which is cool. So you have all this information and lore about the various characters that you will run into in the game. Like, there's my main character, so Roy is a strange man with a troubled past. His virtue name is Temperance, but he doesn't like being called that and prefers the name he chose himself. He was originally from Aurora and is now a prisoner of war in Camp 19. And so you get the info there, and you also go through the location, and then you can go into the map and stuff and see. So like I said, it's not an open world game, it is a very linear game. It's not a super long game. There's 3 chapters. I heard different things. You can beat it like in 6 hours or 12 hours. It just depends on how much you want to do through the story. There's also moral choices, good or bad choices, where you can decide, to do good things or neutral things or bad things, and it actually affects your viewpoint, and it also affects how people see your character and how they react to you, whether they think you're a good person or a bad person. And I'll show you guys some of the combat, which the combat can be a little difficult because it can be clunky and stuff. Enemies do learn to block from you and stuff, but let's show you some combat.
You got some nerve coming around here. Either that or you're completely bonkers, mate.
I was just out for a stroll. I'm looking for a picture of a girl showing her attributes, and I heard you might have one.
You kidding me? You expect me to just lay down and give it up?
No, I figured I'd just kick the shit out of you again. But if you give it to me nicely, I'll try and hold myself back.
Right. I'm gonna shut your fucking mouth for good.
I'm with you, Roy.
So you can lock on. So you have 2 basic attacks, like a slashing attack, but you can mix it up with some punches, and then you can also dodge around from enemies. And sometimes you have people with you, like innocents, but a lot of time the computer, especially if you have a lot of enemies, will end up getting knocked out. They don't die, they're just knocked out until you defeat all the enemies. But you can lock on to enemies, which I do like. And you just have to watch out for your health and stuff. Like I said, it can be a little janky with the combat and stuff, so you have to kind of get used to it. But I've been having a blast with this game this week. And your character does regenerate health, so you can do it like I'm doing if you get really low on health, and just try to dodge as much as you can, so that you can let yourself heal, because you can use health packs, but he also regenerates his health. And you just want to watch out that you do not get like stuck in the middle of a group of dudes, because I'll fuck the shit out of you if you aren't careful. And you can hotkey items too, like I have health packs hotkeyed. And which is cool is you can blind enemies by throwing sand in their face. There's a little health pack there. But yeah, if you keep doing the same attack like over and over, eventually the enemy will block. You can also block as well. And there's where the hotkey menu is. So I hotkeyed the gun, which does take ammo. But it can really change a fight. Sometimes enemies can have guns as well.
I'm starting to enjoy this.
So all the enemies you actually defeat in the game, you actually don't kill them. However, there is an option to drain their body, because the resources in this game, the money, is actually called serum, which is actually water, because it's on Mars, and water is a very precious commodity. That's actually the currency in game. And you can decide morally, you know, do I want to kill my enemies and steal all their water so I can have more money? Or do I want to just loot their bodies and not take a hit to my karma points? Because depending on your level, whether people think you're good or bad, depends on how they will react to you, and can affect quests, and just affect overall how people view you as a person. If you're a good person, a neutral person, or a bad person. And overall, I really like the game. I think it's fun. I highly recommend it. It's currently on sale, I think, for a few more days for that $1.75 with tax, but normally it's just $4.99. Really good game, created by a very small studio, but I think they did a fantastic job with the graphics. The fighting could have been a little bit better. It's a little clunky and stuff, but I've always liked these kind of games, and I've always loved games that Spiders created, and they did this with a really small development team. They did a fantastic job for this. So if you're looking for a good third-person action RPG that's not going to cost an arm and a leg, and you love games like Risen and Elix, I highly recommend Mars Warlogs. You can get it on Xbox 360, which is backwards compatible, here on Xbox Series X, which I'm playing it on. Looks fantastic. Gets a little boost in the graphics and performance. You can also get it on PC or the PlayStation Store for PlayStation 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this look today. Alright guys, I just wanted to add a couple points that I did not mention when I recorded that first gameplay clip here. I just wanted to mention that the game does have an option for you to do some stealth throughout the game, which you can click the left stick in and you can actually sneak around. And you can actually use this to avoid detection from enemies, but you can also sneak attack enemies to do extra damage, and you can sometimes knock them out real quick. Also, when you are working on your quest, the game does not hold your hand, and you kind of have to figure out stuff on your own. And that's where having that wonderful guide that I found online is good to use, so that you can know what to do, how to solve the quests, and you won't risk messing up quests. So definitely follow that guide exactly how it says. Just go where it tells you, because if you go to other areas, you can trigger other quests, which can mess up quests. And it just has to do with how the game was programmed. You know, it's kind of annoying that some quests can ruin other quests, but in these AA type of games, that sometimes does happen. I do love all of the different skills that you can unlock in the game, and then those cool character attribute points and stuff you get by doing stuff. So you defeat so many enemies, you can actually unlock a perk that you can then use points on to acquire that, which is awesome. So unlocks crafting items and stuff. So I do love that doing stuff in the game actually unlocks stuff for you to use, and can make the game a little bit easier. I'm currently in the first chapter of 3, and I'm hoping to have the game be either by the end of this week or by the end of next week. But I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this, as I really am enjoying it. I am currently level 11, and what's awesome is your health will increase if you level up and choose that as one of your skills to level up your health. And then you have your stamina bar, and then you can see your experience bar down there. I'm almost to level 12. Really good game. Highly recommend you guys check out Mars Warlogs. Awesome game that I've been having a blast playing. Hope you guys enjoyed that look at Mars Warlogs. It's a really awesome action RPG. It can be a little kind of janky at times, as it was made by that small development studio, Spiders. You know, they made Bound by Blood. They made that Greedfall game, which is actually working on Greedfall 2, which is awesome. So it's not the best action RPG out there, but it's a fairly decent game that I think you guys should check out. It is only $4.99. I was able to get it on sale for $1.75 with tax. I don't know if it's still on sale. I'm pretty sure that sale actually ended a few days ago, but it's definitely worth checking out if you guys like action RPGs. I just recommend, though, if you do want to play through and do everything as far as all those side quests go, follow that guide that I left as the link, because if you don't, you can actually mess up some of the quests and make them unattainable by not following that guide exactly. It's just a cryptic thing about the game. It's just how it is. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Mars Warlogs. Let me know about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me ideas and new games to check out. And if you have a suggestion on a game you think I should play, let me know. I'm always looking for new games to play and check out. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day. And Sleepy, we'll see ya next time.